Hey guys, let's make this delicious meal together. I made white rice and beans with fish stew and egg. So yes, I first of all boiled my beans, added my egg for it to boil, and yes, I already boiled my beans like 5 minutes or I think 3 minutes before I started making this video. Yes, and I wanted to rinse my rice. I used 3 cups of rice because we are two. If you are the only one, you can as well just make either 1 cup depending on how much you eat. Okay, yes, so I already rinsed my rice and I was about to put my rice inside the boiling water. And you guys, please, if you want to do if you want to do white rice and beans, make sure that your beans is at least a little bit soft before you pour your rice, because by the time you finish cooking, your beans is going to be very, very hard in your rice. Yes, this one I was adding a little water to the rice and beans because the pot was very, very small, so I was like topping it up little by little. I added my salt. Yes, make sure you add salt to taste. Then I turned the rice and beans, because if you know, when you're cooking rice and beans, the beans is always at the bottom, so if you don't stir it before you start cooking, you will only eat rice on top and beans down the pot. So you have to give it a good stir and cover your pot. So aside, I started rinsing my pepper and onions. You guys should please, I don't know people that don't know how to eat onions, but I eat onions a lot. So I added 3 onions generously. Yes, then I blended it. There was light, so I used my electric blender. If there's no light, I'm going to use my hand blender because I'm living in trenches. But yes, I used my electric blender and I was just cutting my onions into bit by bit so it will blend fast. I added a little bit of water so it can blend fast also. Then yes, at first this blender was giving me one kind of sign, but it is normal because they're like solid stuff inside the blender. Adibin is just a pottery stuff to do. So we started blending at this point, and yes, we're done blending already. And the next thing is for us to check our rice and beans. It was already done here, so I just checked it. I tasted the rice and beans, so I would see if the beans, if the rice is still hard, if you still need a little bit of water. So I checked it and it was already good. You guys can see I was giving it a thumbs up. And yes, next up to my plantain. Honestly guys, I did not plan this plantain, but it came out like this. But the plantain was looking hard, but it was already very, very soft. If this plantain used another 4-5 hours, it will spoil where it was. So I just had to fry it. Yes, I was putting my King's oil inside my pan. You guys use King's, is the best, okay? So I was frying my plantain, putting the plantain inside, and make sure your gas is on a low heat so the plantain would not over fry. I don't know, you can fry it the way you want it. I love my plantain brown, but I could not do this like that because the plantain was already too soft, so it was just being too soggy, but I had to must manage it. I'm a student, so I started turning the plantain. You guys can see that the plantain was already getting brown. It was already brownish in color. So I started turning my plantain, and yes, that's what I was doing. You guys can see what I'm saying, that it was already soggy because the plantain was so soft, but it looked as if it's not soft, but it's actually very, very soft. So yes, I removed my plantain from the oil. If you have this spoon, it will be very, very helpful in the kitchen in case if you want to minimize your oil intake. That is very, very helpful than other spoons. Then I went in with my blended pepper. Yes, this thing was already very, very hot, so I had to low the gas. Then I used my ginger and my garlic. If you don't use ginger and garlic to your stew, you are missing. You are on another level. I use the normal ginger before and I blend it with my stew, but now that I have the blended one, the powdered one, is a game changer for me. So yes, I use my ginger and my garlic. I don't know where I got this from, I've forgotten, so it's not like a brand, but yes, I use ginger and garlic. And the next is to stir this stew. Stir it very well and let the ginger and garlic get to every part of the stew. And the next thing for you to do is to just cover this and wait for like 2-3 minutes before you open and pour the remaining ingredients that you want to use. Is according to the way you want it. Some people love crayfish, like the blended crayfish inside their stew. If I had crayfish today, I would have used it, but yes, I used my Knorr chicken. Once again, if you're not using Knorr chicken, you are on another level. You don't know what you are missing. I used my Knorr chicken, added my salt to taste. Mind you, after every ingredient I put in this thing, I test it, because you don't want to over pour your salt or make this thing. We make mistake, yes, but you don't want to over salt or put a lot of Maggi or seasoning generally into your stew. I added a little bit of thyme and curry, because I'm now loving curry and thyme inside stew. I'm not a lover of curry and thyme before, but I now love it. So give this a good stir. Make sure the Knorr chicken melts inside it. Yes, I use my spoon too. And this was the result, guys. This thing got burnt because NEPA, they were just taking and bringing the light. If you guys can see by the video that they were just taking and bringing the light. As I've said earlier, I live in trenches and I'm a Nigerian student who loves to cook. So this thing was already burnt. And yes, later brought the light. And this is the result. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.